All right, let's test for diastasis. I'm going to have you come onto your back. Important thing is to roll down onto your back so we're not putting extra pressure. Roll to your side, come all the way down to your back. You can keep your feet flat on the floor. And then with your non-dominant hand, you can take it behind your head. When you're laying flat on the floor, you can feel around, but you're not really going to feel that much in terms of diastasis. We really need the muscles to engage so we can feel the ridges. So go ahead and lift your head a couple inches off the floor. Even tuck your chin towards your chest a little bit. And then take your fingers, like you had little Girl Scout fingers, at your sternum. And you're going to walk from side to side, all the way up from your sternum, and test and see if you can find the ridges on either side of your abs, right? And then feel for the connective tissue between those two. So you're going to go all the way down, all the way from your sternum down across. So you're feeling side to side for the two ridges that are on either side of your abs, and then feeling for depth of that connective tissue between those two ridges, right? You can go over your belly button and then all the way down to your pubic bone down here, because the abs run from your rib cage all the way, your sternum, all the way down to your pubic bone, right? The most common places are either above the belly button, behind the belly button, or just below it. You can have either or, right? It depends on how you carry your babies. What you're looking for is how many fingers wide you can fit between the ridges, but also how deep it is. I think that's the missing key that a lot of people miss, is how deep that diastasis is. You got two measurements. So you've got how many finger widths you can fit between the two ridges. So it might be 2 fingers, it might be 3 fingers. A standard diastasis is 2 fingers or more. And then how many fingers deep you can go into that connective tissue. So it could be 1 knuckle, it could be 2 knuckles, right? So 2 fingers wide and 1 knuckle deep is considered a diastasis. And then the depth is more important than the width. So if you have a really wide diastasis that is more shallow, that's easier to address than a really narrow diastasis that's very deep. Along with that, go ahead and lay your head on the floor, relax for a second. And I want to show you how we're going to address this in our work, because this is one of the tools that I think is a really important piece for you to carry with you, so you can test, how your diastasis is progressing, but also if exercises are making it better or worse. So come on down to your back if you're not there already, and take your non-dominant hand behind your head. Go ahead and lift up, and then just feel around again, see what you feel. Go to the deepest depth of your diastasis, so wherever it feels widest and deepest. So you can go right there, take note of your measurement. And then I want you to inhale, exhale, squeeze and lift your pelvic floor, and see if that connective tissue lifts up, right? If it becomes more flush with the muscles on either side, right? So that is what we're looking for. When you're exhaling, we want that connective tissue to be flat. So we don't want it to poke out. We don't want it to dive back in. Right? And then lay your head back on the floor, relax. The other thing we want to look at is whenever you're noticing, like if you're trying something new, we want to keep your hands on your diastasis to see how it is playing out in that connective tissue, right? So once we start adding heel slides, we start adding, arms overhead, you can always put your hands on your diastasis to see, oh, wow, that move made my diastasis wider or it made it deeper. Okay, that's causing a pressure issue in my core. It's actually creating a suction that's making that connective tissue go down. So what do I need to do to change that and make it go more flush? But it's all in the experimentation. So this is going to be your key, is your fingers on your core.